Okay, so we're doing some more viewer tattoos today. There's tons of these to get to still, so
Awesome.
let's have at it.
So this one looks like it's from Claire. It says, "Hi Remy, loving your channel. Tattoo collector here. All of my work has been done in or around Montreal, but I have some work from guest artists too. Attaching a couple of my favorites, both by local artists. The hand is a couple of years healed and is by Val Bleh Tattoo. The skull plus skeleton combo is by Laura Cali Tattoo. Sorry if I killed that. And is about 6 months old. Both are fresh / pre-drawn, or flash / pre-drawn. Sorry. Thanks for looking, Claire."
You know what? I don't think I have or have ever had any flash tattoos done on me. I'm trying to think. I don't think I have one. I really don't.
Oh, you're missing out.
I mean, I just like always have ideas. People ask me why, like, if I like have a hard time coming up with ideas at this point. Like, I could literally fill another 10 bodies over right now with ideas.
I have 2 pieces of flash.
Yeah, no, I'm
Three
not.
pieces
I'm not
of
knocking
flash?
flash tattoos at all, and I think that there's a place for them. It's just like I always had so many ideas. Like it was always like, and a direction for the most part too. It was always like, okay, once this thing's done, I'm going here. Next thing, I'm doing this. Like even when it like would change, like there was always like some route I was following or something. Like I had like a plan for like the next 5 or 6. Like it was always like that for me.
You did have some tattoos that looked like they could have been flash.
Yeah, you know,
But-
like they weren't as like there were ones that they didn't look as planned or they didn't go as well with everything. But like everything was always like, I'm going to this person for this thing, and then I'm going to this person for this, and I still am that way. And like I do like the idea of just walking into a place and being like, I'm getting a cowboy hat on my neck. You know, that's gonna be my perfect example.
Right?
I like the skeleton a lot. The skeleton sitting on the skull.
I like it too. I think this is like some dynamic line weights, and I like the stipple pointillism shading.
Yeah, it looks like
quite a bit.
11 mag line
Yeah,
kind of thing. Like there's a really thick,
real
chunky
fat.
outline on it.
and it looks like he's got little skull friends underneath him too. I think that's
the way
kind of fun.
The stippling was done is really, really nice. That peppery shading. They
Yeah.
created a nice light source at the center of the skull.
Right.
And then the hard line is bordered with hard white. Like that really makes the black pop.
Really does.
And like this is your like old kind of idea of a tattoo in a way where it's like you just got the tattoo back in the day, right? You weren't worried about like
No frills.
what's it connected to and how are we gonna build this together, right? Like all that shit. It's just like, oh, I just want a tattoo.
Yeah.
The skeleton having no shading in him, sitting on the skull, is a nice effect because it makes him look so light by comparison.
Right?
Right? Like he's really in the spotlight here. This is a really nice little tattoo.
Yeah.
I would be happy to put something like this on my leg. You know,
Really
This is-
cute.
I think this is on a leg, but it's hard to say.
Right. And then
think
this
that's a leg, too.
hand.
Yeah, this hand is nice as well. I don't like it as much as the skull.
I like this, like, it's like neo-traddy. I like the, like, futuristic-y
Neotrad is such a
circuitry.
broad envelope, like umbrella envelope works too, though, because it's just like, yeah, Neotrad is a catch-all for anything that is lined and colored, but doesn't look trad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just such a, like we need more categories for these because this looks not quite new school either, and not illustrative. But I don't really think of this as Neotrad.
I don't know. The only thing that I don't love about this tattoo, the only thing that I think could have been better for me 100% is the leaves. I don't love the leaves.
I don't like them at all, and I don't know why they need to be here.
Or I just like they're blorby.
So
I don't
this
know.
looks like a cyborg hand or something, like a robotic alien kind of hand. And then we've got this black background, and it's like, to me, the whole thing just would have been cooler with black shadowing behind the hand
Yeah, not the circle.
rather than having this weird circle shape and then strange yellow floral. Like, that's a very odd choice.
Right.
I will give it some points for creativity, though. It's very different.
I like the like color combos and
They do get some depth in that hollow ring of like yellow around the black.
yeah.
but like not quite. It doesn't go deep enough. I think probably what should have happened is the crescent of that, almost like the moon shape of the yellow in there.
Yeah, it should have been bigger.
Should have been deeper.
Yeah.
And they could have built up more gradient. And then it would have pushed the whole hand forward. It would have been in your face.
Yeah,
right?
I think you're probably right about that.
They pulled the plug on it a little too soon. Like that would have lifted the whole thing. Like, and so would the black shading off of it. Like rather than having this orb shape behind it, if you had it on like a shadowy kind of effect off of the fingers, and had that dug out a little deeper in the middle, I think this whole thing would have lifted so much. But I do like the color play with the negative and the blue quite a bit, and the black to blue is very nicely done. So I like the way they've done the color here. It's just I like the skeleton more. I think he's more thoughtful, right? I think he's a better executed plan.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean I like both, but.
Yeah, I'm not hating on either of them. They're both cool. I just think this one has some strange things in it, and the skeleton is just very nice overall.
All right, so this next one says, you guys said you wanted some bad tattoos. This is the result of watching King of the Hill at a tattoo shop and saying, damn, I really want a King of the Hill tattoo.
That's fair.
And one of the artists responding, I'll do this one for free. Definitely gotten some wild reactions.
You know what's going to be good if an artist says that too? Like a real art. I don't mean a basement scratcher. Like if a tattooer says that, you're going to get something nice.
Right. And then it says, new viewer, but loving the channel. And also, here's my newest tattoo. I can now teabag everyone I meet. LOL. Worst pain for stupid joke.
I don't know that I would ever need to be able to do that, but
I mean, some people like it's just like when they get the rooster by their crotch area and they say, "Look at my croc," you know. That's like a thing. I know tons of people who have that tattoo.
I've literally never heard of that. Maybe I'm not hanging out in the right circles.
Whatever.
Like, yeah, it seems like a young 20s scumbag kind of thing to do.
Yeah.
Right? Like then it's like, yeah, whatever. It's on your leg. Who gives a shit? But like, I don't know. That's not my bag. I wouldn't be doing that move.
I think this is hilarious, this tattoo.
This is fucking great.
Propane and propane accessories.
So like,
so funny.
Yeah, propane and propane.
I could see Allie doing this tattoo, like Alex.
Yeah, she would do a better job
of
this.
Of course,
honestly.
but it would just be like a hilarious.
This could be a little older, right? I like how they framed that freckle or mole in there. That's really funny. But people ask me all the time if I've gone over moles and stuff, and honestly, like there was a point where we were skipping over them, but now it's just like, what the fuck, who cares? And you know what, I've had no problems. Like nothing has happened as a consequence of it. And maybe it's not a good idea, I don't know, but realistically it's like, I think that there's so many of those things, and again, it's like people saying you can get cancer or these things. It's like, yeah, those are risks of being alive.
For me, it's not about getting cancer, it's about being able to get it checked for cancer.
But you can find out other ways too.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's not, if you have cancer, you're most likely going to be able to figure it out. Right? So, but anyway, I'm not going to get too much into that because there's been all these bullshit studies by people who are specifically looking for problems.
Oh yeah, I was just reading recently a study.
Specifically looking for
problems.
problems.
Yeah, they specifically took a group of tattooed people and non-tattooed people to see if there was an increased rate of lymphoma or whatever, and it was like
That's not a controlled sample at all.
A very small percentage difference.
Well,
a very
but the thing
minuscule.
is that could just be those individuals, right? Like it's that thing of like 95-year-old grandma who's talked shit her whole life, ate bacon and eggs her whole fucking life, drinks like a sailor, smokes cigarettes every day, and she's in great health. And
I also agree too, and I think that people who have tattoos, I think, are more likely to take risks as a general population. So I don't really think that those control groups work.
I mean, here's the reality of this matter right away here. my son's mother died at 25. She didn't have any tattoos. She died of cancer. Okay, you can get cancer for all kinds of reasons.
Of course. I'm not disagreeing with that at all.
I could make it. I could be 250 years old getting tattooed every day and not get cancer.
Yeah.
Does that mean anything to anyone?
No.
Maybe I just got lucky.
Yeah.
There's some luck involved in all of this.
Man, I think
right?
that most people end up with cancer eventually.
You
anyways.
you can get cancer from fucking milk.
Yeah.
Breathing the oxygen in our air. It's like it's everywhere. Anyway, let's talk about this a little bit before we move on here. I like this joke a lot. I liked King of the Hill. I never watched like the later episodes, but like it started getting weird, I thought. But this is how these things always go. I feel like like they get worse the longer they go on. And then it's like it's probably for the best. Because like I haven't watched Simpsons in like 20 years at this point. Like it's just gone.
There's too much.
It's in the quality has just gone so down.
Well, there's only so much good stuff you can write with those characters.
It's one thing where like every single side character has had 20, 30 stories, and it's like how interesting are they all going to be? And they've done every idea, so it's just like they're just keeping it going to make money on it. And I think anytime that becomes the case, it's time to pull the plug. But I mean, the first few years of King of the Hill were really, really good. And I think underrated too.
I agree. I really liked King of the Hill. With this tattoo, I would have liked to see a little more of the sparkles around it.
Yeah, a little
I
bit
love the
more
sparkles.
Of that would be cool just to build out the scene. But
Yeah.
Hank has never looked better. And,
Right, nice legs, Mr. Hank Hill.
His fucking arm there is massive compared to the other one, though.
I wonder
Holy
if it's
shit.
partially, I mean, it is massive, but there's something happening with the angle that this photo's taken at,
for
too.
For sure, because you
It's
see
really
the
fucking
leg
with
and
us.
and you see the legs as well, but like there wouldn't be that much of a difference.
It's pretty bad.
It's pretty fucking massive arm.
This is a pretty fun free tattoo, though, for you.
His one arm is bigger than the other leg there. It's pretty cool, though. I like it.
And your tea bag is just hilarious.
Yeah, I mean,
It's in the process of healing.
it is, and I'm curious as to how it healed. Looks like it was all lined in there for the most part,
Yeah.
and I would like to see the healed version. Whenever I've said this before, but whenever someone sends me a fresh palm tattoo, I want the healed one included with it.
Yeah.
Not because I distrust it. You can get palm tattoos to heal, and there are people that go, "Oh, mine faded in 3 weeks." It's like, no, what happened is
It wasn't in there.
in there, and when it healed, there was nothing.
Yeah.
If it fades in 3 weeks, that's because it was never actually in there.
No, it was just ink on the surface.
It was on there. That's
Yeah.
the way I've come to look at that. But yeah, this is a funny little joke. But I find the joke tattoos are really better on your legs. I don't really want joke tattoos on my hands and fucking face and shit. Like imagine if you put that propane and propane accessories as a face tattoo.
Oh my goodness.
It's no longer a funny joke, and now it's just like, holy fuck, what are you
Cringy.
gonna do?
It becomes cringy.